Welcome back to What's Up Oxford. Before we start with our next guest, we got some pretty exciting things happening. We wanted to give a huge shout out to our sponsors.
We got Leon's of Woodstock. We got this amazing new set that you can't actually see right now. There's something special happening. We've got our beautiful clothes from Scotch and Lace, hair from Frank at Hair Power.
Tiffins.
Yeah, Tiffins for lunch. We've got
personal service coffee.
Yeah, and our set design from Katie Zare Real Estate. She did our set design, so it's absolutely beautiful here. So thank you for that. Woodstock Print and Litho, they do all of our graphics.
Floral Buds.
Yes, Floral Buds. We had Eric on the last show. We couldn't do this without these guys, so they do an amazing job, so thank you so much. We have an exciting thing about to happen. We have the girls from STEM Camp here, Mollie and Celine, here to show us something very cool.
Yes, it's very exciting. So we brought an experiment today for you guys called Elephant Toothpaste, and it's definitely one of the biggest crowd pleasers.
We were very high on demand.
Yeah, we were working on it yesterday. Celine had her kids in the office, and they just absolutely loved it. So
fun. So tell us a little bit about what's about to happen here.
What do we got on the table here?
So we've got some hydrogen peroxide, the 30 volume. So it's not the same stuff that you're going to find in your medicine cabinet. This is more used for like hair purposes.
Okay.
We've got yeast, some active dry yeast. We've got our graduated cylinder, a funnel just to make things a little bit cleaner, some warm water. We've got our measuring spoons there, and just regular old dish soap. Orange flavor, because it's a nice smell.
Everything here you can find in the grocery store, with maybe the exception of the hydrogen peroxide.
Yeah, so the hydrogen peroxide is actually super easy. You can find it at a drugstore. I just picked this up here in town, and it's not a lot. It was maybe $4 for that bottle, so it's really easy for a parent to do this at home with their kids.
This is really fun. Okay, and explain to us what's about to happen here.
So
toothpaste.
Once we mix everything together, what's going to happen is it's going to create a big foamy mess. So there's a reaction happening with the oxygen. The yeast is acting as a catalyst, and it's pulling the oxygen out of the hydrogen peroxide. And the soap is actually capturing the oxygen in the bubbles, and that's what creates so many, because it's happening so fast. And that's what creates the big foamy mess that all the kids love.
All right, and we are big kids, if nothing else.
We are big kids, yeah, definitely big kids.
So take it away, girls.
Sure.
Let's have some fun here.
So we're just starting with about 1.5 cups of the hydrogen peroxide, and we're going to pour that in here, just right in the bottom of our grinder.
That's thick.
Okay, we did not expect it to look like that.
Yes, it is thick. It's not watery like the regular stuff that comes in the brown bottle. Yeah. And then we've got some food coloring here, because food coloring always makes everything more fun.
Colors
so Celine, if you want to drop some in there.
How much should I put?
A little bit more.
Bright and colorful is good.
Yeah, it's some of the neon stuff, which is always fun. And then we just kind of swish it around to make sure it's more mixed in. And then we've got a nice green mixture there. So now what we have to do is take the yeast, and we need to add our water to it. So we need about 4.5 tablespoons. So if you guys want to help with that, or if you want me to do it, if you want to take that, so I'll let you do that. So 3 more of those.
If science was this fun in school.
Yeah, that's very true. That's what we're trying to make science more fun.
Oh, you can smell it too. You can smell the yeast.
It smells like dough. Okay, and then Celine, do you want to shake that up and try to mix?
It's actually coming out.
Try to mix all the yeast in. So just to make sure that it is activated and everything is looking good there.
Yeast is live.
Yeah.
That's always the fun part about it.
And we can give it a little stir too with this, so just make sure that we've got everything going.
That's why you're losing your beautiful jacket.
This is why we have our lab coats. So we'll make sure that that is mixed up in there.
Maybe a little whisk or something.
Yeah. So there we go.
There's still some kind of stuck on there.
And then what we want to do is, I can do this while Celine is doing that. We're going to add about 1.5 tablespoons of soap to our hydrogen peroxide mixture there.
Nothing's happening yet.
So the yeast is what's going to activate it, what's going to create the foam, because like I said, it's acting as a catalyst, and it's pulling all of the oxygen out of the hydrogen peroxide.
So are we ready to
So if we are ready, we'll get our stuff out of the way here.
Do we need to back up? It's a good one.
Should be okay.
And then Celine, if you want to do the honors and pour it in.
Everybody ready?
We're ready.
So it just creates our lovely foam there. And you can, of course, make it bigger. I mean, I've seen tons of experiments where it just shoots up because they use so much on such a more grandiose scale than this. But yeah, in this instance, it foams up and it keeps on going and going and going. It can, honestly, it can go for hours if you just let it until all of the hydrogen peroxide is just pulled right out of it. But yeah, it just...
That's amazing. So these are the kind of experiments that the kids get to do. Oh, that's really fun, actually. I love the way it's dripping. These are the experiments that the kids will get to do whenever they're part of STEM camp, right?
Yeah, so this is one of the activities from camp that they get to do.
Yeah. And tell us a little bit about STEM camp, because I know that that's coming up in the summer, and you guys were on talking about it a little bit before.
Yeah.
So it's a summer camp that runs during the months of July and August. And we have 77 locations across Ontario and Quebec this year. Yep. So each year it just keeps growing and growing. One of the new things that we're adding this year is that certain camps we offer Francophone camps in certain areas and bilingual camps. So 3 locations in Quebec will be bilingual because that is what the demand is for over there. Sure. We will have a Francophone camp in LaSalle near Windsor. So like it's kind of like diversified according to the Francophone communities in the different areas. Like Sudbury will have a Francophone camp, but North Bay will have a bilingual one. So when we say bilingual camp, what's going to happen is that 50% of the activities will be done in French and 50% done in English. So you'll have both languages during the whole day, during the whole week of camp.
Amazing. And it always blows me away. This started in Woodstock, Molly. You've been on board from pretty much the start.
So, well, I've been on board for a year now. So I've been kind of watching it as it's grown and grown and grown. Now with our biggest adventure here that we're taking on. But yeah, it started in Woodstock with our founders, Kevin Kugler and Leanne Ford. They thought that they wanted an educational camp for their son Ben, so they kind of took that on themselves, and it's just really taken off, and it's just done such an amazing job, and it's really doing awesome things for all the kids out there that want to learn more about STEM.
Amazing. Thank you so much for joining us, girls.
Yeah, no problem.
This was fun. Look at this. We got to make a mess. That's all from us on What's Up Oxford.
Thank you. See you next time.
Call the Rogers TV viewer response line, email us, or connect with us on social media.